Hi everyone, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VinPF, and on today's episode we're covering our very first Bruichladdich. I can't believe it's the first time in nearly 3.5 years that I'm actually going to be covering a Bruichladdich, but it's not because I don't like Bruichladdich, love Bruichladdich, but I never seem to find myself in a purchasing situation, let's say. Anytime I see a Bruichladdich in front of me, it's either horrendously expensive or I've spent my budget that month. Tried them a lot of bars, tried them a lot of festivals, and I've always been impressed. Now, this one's fell on my doorstep because I got it for my Christmas present this year, actually, from my mum, I think. The classic Laddie we have here today. Classic Laddie. Now, some controversy around this, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers will know exactly what I'm talking about, because originally, when this iteration of whiskey was released, it was called the Laddie 10, sorry, not the Classic 10, the Laddie 10. But it was so popular that they couldn't hold on to the stocks anymore. They felt the need, they wanted to take the 10 age statement off of it and put some younger whiskies in there. Hence, now we have the Classic Laddie. Albeit this one's a higher bottling strength. It used to be 46%, now it's 50%. Funnily enough though, I never got to try the Laddie 10, so I have no frame of reference for it. So make sure you bear that in mind when you see this review. If you think I'm overly positive or whatever, it's probably because I didn't try the original one. I know some people are still pine for the original a little bit, but I think for a kind of £40, 50%, no age statement, but also non-chill filtered, natural coloured, as you can see now in the glass. Can't see because of the bottle. Classic Bruichladdich livery. I have to say I don't like these kind of bottles. It's very pretty, and I've got a lot of respect for the design of it all. So much so, I probably will keep this bottle for now, but I don't usually keep bottles. I certainly don't keep tins. Tins looking quite lovely as well. But, and you might know what I'm going to say already, you can't see the liquid inside. Now, I would prefer at least a strip somewhere down the side or on the back that lets me see the level inside here, because I like to know where I'm at with a bottle. I know one day I'm going to pour the last dram out of this, and I'm not going to be expecting it. It's just going to be like, oh, that was the last dram. Damn. There you go. But that's just my 2 pence on the kind of opaque bottle. I've had a few of the opaque ones, and even some of the Highland Parks aren't opaque, necessarily translucent, more like. So if you hold them up to the light, you can see the liquid inside. Enough whinging about that. It's otherwise a pretty well presented whiskey. And again, the first one I've covered on the channel. I really should try some more, get some samples and things like that. But anyway, let's get onto the whiskey and see what we've got in the glass and see if it's worth the money. Cheers. Well, before I get onto the nose, I should say, just in case you don't know, I'm sure most of you who are watching this do know, this is a completely unpeated Islay whiskey. Bruichladdich have the one of the lowest peat or no peat Islay whiskies, but also the highest ppms, and they have the Octomore. They also have Port Charlotte stuff, which is heavily peated, and then the ultra heavily peated stuff, the Octomores and things like that. So if you're worried about this being an Islay whiskey, do know that it is completely unpeated. Definitely not a bridging whiskey, because this won't help you enjoy peat at all, because there's nothing of it on there. On the nose, it's extremely light. For me, I get this kind of buttery biscuit flavour off it. It's a little malty, probably betraying its age a little bit. I'm not sure what the exact minimum age that. I mean, it may well be 3. I doubt it. Knowing Bruichladdich, I doubt it. There's a kind of earthy element to it as well. It isn't like a peaty, boggy kind of earth. It's more like a kind of vegetal, earthy note to it. But it's really nice. Like you said, I'm sticking my nose right in this, despite the 50%. I'm not getting 50% on the nose at all. Let's try on the palate. Now, obviously the ABV's playing a part in this. Really tasty. If you're a fan of the show, you'll know I'm a big fan of higher ABVs. 50% and above. generally I'm gonna be happy with that. This is a really well-rounded dram. It translates a lot from the nose, to be fair. It's still light despite the high ABV. More of this kind of biscuity, cereal, buttery notes coming through. Still a little earthy. For me, this introduces a little bit of citrus to it as well. But generally, it's not too much of anything. It's not too sweet at all. It's not too sour. It's not too kind of cereally, or, you know, those biscuity notes. It's just very well rounded, very kind of, I was going to say middle of the road, but like not in a bad way at all. It knows what it is and it's doing it very well, but it's not trying to kind of push those flavour profiles too high in any direction. I would say infinitely accessible to most whiskey drinkers. If you like whiskey in any way, shape or form, you could definitely find some enjoyment in this without a doubt. The finish is long, a little drying for my liking, but really all that does is make me want to have another sip. It's a good whiskey to have like as my entry level into an evening of flight, let's say. So I wouldn't end on this because usually I'd end on something quite heavily peated, but this would lead into a nice kind of sherry single cask vibe, or into something a bit heavily peated or even medium peated, something like that. This would lead nicely into that high ABV, really waking up the palate to enjoy some other stuff as well. Some people like to ease into even that. Some people like to have their 40 percenters, their 42, 43, maybe even 46 percenters, to then ease into the higher ABVs. But you know, whatever your mood takes you, that's exactly what the point of whiskey is. Drink it how you like, where you like, what you like. I mean, maybe not where, you know, don't do it at work, that sort of thing. Be safe, be sensible. But I am astounded it's taken me this long to review this, because it's just good. It's just good. There's nothing more I can say about it, really. It's not incredible, but for the money you're paying for this thing, it's perfectly fine. And you know, again, to reiterate, you're getting a 50% non-chill filtered, natural coloured whiskey that's extremely well presented for a bargain price, really, in the grand scheme of things. You know, to some people that's a lot of money for sure. I'm very aware of that, but in the grand scheme of whiskey things, recommended.